ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits. Subscribe.
Look at that butt crack. That is the deepest butt crack I have ever seen in my life. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Marvel Select review on the Marvel Select Thor and Loki movie figures. I just picked these up yesterday. I think they're pretty badass. So I'm going to do a double header, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy this long 2 reviews put together into one. So, which one should I review first? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm going to go with Loki. So this Loki figure is really cool. I like it a lot. God, I feel like I sound like such a douchebag. Really cool toy. But it is a really cool figure. I like it a lot. He comes with this spear right here, which I don't know if this is supposed to be Odin's spear. The Spear of Heaven or something like that. I forgot what the name is supposed to be. You know, I know a little bit about Thor. Not a whole ton about Thor. Just enough to get excited about the movie. But this is really well sculpted. I love the little details in it. Very nice. It is a really long spear. Very cool. I like how all those notches are in there. And the paint with this dark wash is just really neat. I like how it looks worn. Very cool. The figure itself, badass. Like I said, just really well sculpted. I think they did really cool, details with this chest plate over here. I like how this looks. And I really love how the brown mixes in with the green right there on the arms. I think that's very cool. I think the face looks pretty dope. I love the helmet. These horns are really cool too. Well, they're part of the helmet. You see the hair coming up from underneath right there. And even that has paint detail on it. You can see brown mixed in with black for just a little bit of hair that shows up. Very cool. And these horns are made of a softer kind of plastic, so they won't break. I mean, I'm sure you could break them if you really want to. But the sculpt on this is really cool. Love these rivet things right here. The armband looks really cool. Just a dope looking figure. The legs don't have real paint detail on them. No, right here it does. It looks like it's supposed to be kind of like a guard of some sort for his legs. There's some straps going on the back of the foot. Very cool. I like his cape. His cape is really well done. Nothing really too special about it. But the thing that really kicks ass is that he does have exceptional articulation, especially for a Marvel Select. Marvel Select has really been kicking up their articulation lately, and I love that. So he has an actual hinge for the neck. You can't really see it underneath there. No, you can't. But it does move up and down. Well, more up than down, but cool. And side to side, of course. His arm moves outwards and forwards. No swivel on the bicep. He does have a bending elbow that also rotates. And he has wrist, side to side. It looks separating like that right out of the package for me. And he's got this hand grip thing going on. Or this mightier than thou kind of. And then he's got this, this gripping thing right here. He has a pretty cool diaphragm joint. I'm not a big fan of the diaphragm joint, but this one does bend pretty far forward. I think that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Not the greatest, but not bad. It moves back pretty well too. Looks like it moves back better than it does forward. But what I really like is that even moving side to side and up and down, it doesn't wear the paint. So that's really important to me, is that it doesn't mess up the paint. God, I really like how this torso piece looks though. I just love all those intricate pieces and everything. That's just very cool to me. He has ball joints on the upper thigh right there, so I think that's pretty sweet. And he does have the thigh swivel. You kind of have to thumb the ball right there. And then he's got double jointed knees. Very cool to see on the selects. I love seeing double jointed knees. It makes me think that it's a Marvel legend. And the foot moves down and up pretty well. It's got whole pegs right there, side to side. So, not bad at all. His accessory is what I believe is the Odinsword, and it comes in this giant sheath right here, and it comes out right there. So, Very well detailed. Like how the handle looks and everything, and all this design right here. Very sweet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Odinsword, especially because the Odinsword is supposed to have these 2 horns. Nice black sword. It's not very sharp at the tip, so they kind of deadened it over there. Very neat. Very cool. Getting Loki to hold the sword in this hand doesn't really work so well for me. I don't really like it. I mean, it's not too bad, but if you have him just, you know, standing up like that, it gets really wobbly. Getting Loki to hold the sword in the other hand is actually really, really tricky, but it can be done, and I did it a couple of times, and you can see there's already some kind of paint wear inside the hand, paint smudging and stuff from doing that, and actually on the sword itself, it did wear some paint, so even though it is a better looking grip on this side, I recommend just, you know, putting it in this one. Put it right back there, and this actually combines with the Thor base, which I'll show later. And here's Thor! This is not a bad figure. It's pretty cool. I'm bummed out that he doesn't have the same kind of articulation that Loki has. It's kind of, I really hate that, you know, when they give us something and then they take it away. So that's a bummer, but, you know, the sculpt and paint apps on it are off the hook. So, you know, Select gives us what we expect from Select. So that's not, you know, too bad. But here's Mjolnir. Very, very cool. I love how, you know, you could movie accurate, you know, design and everything. That is cool. I like the design inside of the hammer. I really like how they designed the hammer for this movie. And I like the handle too. Very cool. Like all those little rivets in there. Very detailed stuff. And it's got the ropey thing at the end. And then, and here's Thor, you know. Very, very, very movie accurate looking Thor. Looks like the dude. I forgot what his name is. Chris Haydenson or something like that. But I like the paint detail on the hair. I think this is very neat. Very well done. And the beard came out really cool. And I like how the beard isn't just painted like that, but it's actually got, you know, a sculpt to it. So like those lighter blonde parts are actually sticking up than the darker blonde parts. So very neat. Again, with the chest plate, very well done. I like it a lot. That looks cool. I like the different colors and everything. You have different colors of gray. This is like more of a silver, and then you have like this gunmetal-ish kind of gray. Different blues. Right here, you got like 3 different blues in this area. This is actually blue right here. And this is sculpted to look like chainmail. I like that, how it looks on the ribs. And of course the arms right here got this, you know, diamond kind of snakeskin triangle, you know, diamond look. Very, very neat. Like how this forearm area came out. All this stuff is just really well sculpted. I like it a lot. Like how this piece right here doesn't hinder articulation. This thing going around the waist, so that's not bad. It's pretty cool. Kind of frills like that a little. This is hard plastic though right here, so it does prevent the legs from moving forward. Like how the paint detail looks on the legs. Like you can see that blue coming up over the black. That's very neat. Very cool stuff. It's fun to look at. I like how the boots came out. There's rivets on the side of the boots. It's fun to look at these things. I really, really like how Select does their work. Wish he came with the helmet, though. Come on, man. Really, really wish he came with the helmet, and I really wish that he had the helmet more in the movie. I could already tell by the trailers that he's not going to have a helmet. Why don't you have the helmet? And there is, like, only one cool picture, or one legit picture I was able to find on the internet of Thor wearing the helmet in the movie. That's it right here. And I thought that looked really badass. I don't understand. Like, none of the 3 3/4-inch figures have him with the helmet. The Hot Toys figure is going to have him with the helmet. But this one did not have the helmet, and that bummed me out. Especially because Loki has his helmet, you know? So it would just look a lot cooler to me if he had the helmet. Come on, why don't you give him the helmet? His articulation is pretty whack, like I said. The head is actually on this ball thingy right here, and it popped off like right away because I was trying to get him to look up so I can have him flying, but there it goes again. See, that's exactly how it happened. Pretty good reenactment. His balls, his ball joints, he doesn't have ball joints on his arms. Okay. And it moves outward and up and down. He's got single jointed elbows, and it also swivels right here, just like Loki. And his fist rotate, so he's got a fist over here and he's got the wank grip right over there. He has pretty damn good waist joint, so like I said, I like how this piece is, you know, thinner plasticky material so you can turn the waist. And he doesn't have the ball jointed legs. This bums me out, dude. It's actually worse than other. It doesn't like even really move forward. It's kind of weird. You have to like kind of do a lot of, like, if you want to mess with it a lot. He has a single jointed knee that also rotates. Bummed out. Wish they gave him double jointed knees like Loki, and the ball joints like Loki. And if you find like the right part of the upper thigh that connects to the knee, you can get the knee to bend more. So you have to like search for the part that bends the most. There, see? Now it kind of bends just a little bit more than other parts. Just kind of a pain in the ass. His ankle will move side to side, down a little bit, up a little bit, and they both have, you know, both figures have hole pegs at the bottom of their feet. I've never seen a cape that has this kind of, you know, cloth look to it without it being cloth, you know, but looks like there's hairs in it or something. I don't know. But I think that's very cool. Even though I'm not a big fan of the way they designed his cape, I don't like how it's so skinny. I wish it stuck out more and was a little bit shorter. And for this figure, it's so long that you can't have the figure standing without the cape touching the ground. It's actually almost goes just as long as his feet. So if you have the knees bent in any kind of way, the cape is on the ground always. So here's a comparison for you with the movie Thor compared to your Ultimate Thor and your modern Thor. You can tell he is the shortest one, but you know, not by too much compared to the modern Thor. This Ultimate Thor's articulation is actually worse than this one right here, so, you know, I shouldn't have bitched so much. But you could really see how they went with this look that's kind of like a cross between these two figures over here, especially with, you know, the hair length is just about the same, and they both have, you know, the same kind of look with the beard and goatee kind of deal going on, or beard and mustache. So, you know, I shouldn't really complain too much about him not having the helmet. It is an Ultimates kind of thing, even though Ultimates isn't totally legit, even though I love the book. But anyway, I also love how, you know, they kind of mimic, you know, modern Thor with this design. These are more like squares, though, and these are diamonds. But still cool. You know, he's not too short or anything. It's not too bad. I tried, you know, I got my my Mark IV Iron Man movie figure next to him to see how that would look, because it would be like the first, you know, time I'm like, oh cool, movie Avenger figures set up, and it doesn't work. He's way too tiny. If I bend Thor's knees a lot, see if I can, or just one knee a lot, which I often like to do anyway, then they kind of look good together. I don't know. And there's his base, which is basically, you know, a platform set up to put the sword that comes with Loki, the Odinsword. So what you do, and it kind of sucks because the figure doesn't come with any directions or anything, you just kind of figure it out, which isn't really rocket science. You just pull this apart like that, and then you can see it has this groove right here, where you take the bottom of it, of the sheath thing, and you slide it in like that, and then transform this. Alright, and then now that's put together. Now you have the base combined. That could still spin right there, and you could still take the sword out. So, yeah, not bad. Pretty cool, you know. Actually, it would have been cooler if it just came with one of them and they gave something to another one. But still, nonetheless, I'm happy with it. It's, you know, they're both the kind of figures that you'd want to buy as a set. You know, that's why I'm kind of reviewing them together like this. So, you know, I think they're pretty cool. Not the greatest figures, not a must-get. But, yeah, hope you guys dug my review, and I'll catch you later. Peace.